What's good, everybody? It's Schmitty and Christian with a live update from somewhere east of San Francisco. Christian's on the 580, and I'm back home from a nice trip to Detroit and Chicago. And it's June 5th, 2025, and your San Francisco Giants are 35-28, 3 games out of first, and just 1 game behind the team we just split with, which would be the San Diego Daddies. Christian, what do you think? We got some new guys on the team, and we're starting to get some runs again. It feels good.
Yeah. I only wish I was in the seats last night or today so I could be yelling, "New guy!" I like it. I'm sad to see Wade go. Obviously, I'm a big Wade fan, but it just wasn't working, and I think Buster had to make some sort of a move. And I at first I was a little confused by it being like, who the hell are these guys? But these guys have already produced and contributed in the first 2 games. And I kind of like that. I don't really know who they are, because then we get to learn what they're all about as they develop within the Giants organization. I think that's always cool. I mean, there's all this hype around Eldridge. We're going to know who Eldridge is for 3 years before he ever makes it to the major league level, right? And
Exactly.
this is interesting. So glad they got the split. I think had they played a little better ball, they could have taken 3 out of 4, maybe even swept, because the Padres didn't do a whole lot against them. Last night was they put up 5 runs early, and it kind of felt like, oh, here we go again. But the Giants fought back and ended up taking that game, and they were real tight games the whole series. All of them decided by 1 run. Right.
I mean, if you look at it that way, it was a great series. Unfortunately for the Giants and Giants fans, I think we all believe we should have swept them. I mean, if we score any runs in those first 2 games, our pitching was so stellar that we could have won all 4. Let's take a look at this. We got 3 new guys in one day. We got Dominic Smith playing first base, left-handed hitter. He was on the Mets. He's going to be taking over. He's almost just like another Lamont Wade-esque type player. And then we got Daniel Johnson, a speedster outfielder that looks like he's got some contact in him. I mean, he made a great defensive play out in right field. I think that pretty much saved the game, more or less. Yep. Those guys both contributed in the first 2 days, like here we are, right? But that brings us to Christian Cooper's new backup catcher concern. Andrew Knizner, guys. This is interesting. We got a new catcher, a new backup catcher, and I don't know. He went 0 for 3 today. That's his first game as a San Francisco Giant.
He did, but apparently he spent a lot of time in the dugout talking to Robbie Ray pregame and trying to just feel him out. Like, hey, what do you like? How do you want me to set up? How do you want to run this? Do you want me to let you call the game? So apparently he's a good team guy. He's eager to get in there and contribute. Sounded like he caught a fine game behind the plate today. And I think Rodriguez had 1 wild pitch late, but, he held it down. So we'll see what happens. On paper, Sam Huff is a little bit better than him. The numbers say so. But, yeah, I mean, here we are, another backup catcher. And if Bailey could just start swinging it a little bit, hey, I mean, he seemed to wake up a little last night. But
yeah, he hit that ball that, I mean, it's a home run in 29 other stadiums. It's this triples alley. I think Tatis today, you were driving, so you might not have got the full effect, but Tatis hit a bomb to right center, and he did the bat flip. He thought it was a home run, and Jung-Hoo Lee caught it in front of the warning track. It didn't even.
I heard it.
Yeah, so he got oracled, but I don't know. Is it coincidence? Is it baseball being baseball? Did the Giants get a wake-up call because longtime Lamont is gone? Did these new guys showing up just spark something? Who knows, right? It's only 2 games. But the day that 3-man accusation, or the 3-man
accusation,
the 3-man trade happens, it's all of a sudden we're scoring more than 4 runs two games in a row. So it's good. I mean, people are saying that Dominic is kind of just another Lamont Wade. And what I said is, okay, great. We liked Lamont Wade. He was a good dude, but this year he just wasn't it. So if we got another Lamont Wade, I mean, his defensive play yesterday, you and I were talking about, it's like not many people make that play. That was
right.
Play. And then today, I think you went 3 for 4 and had like a bunch of good, important hits. I love the speed. You know me, I always want speed. So seeing speed in Daniel Johnson and I don't know, these guys just seem like, I know it's early, but my optimism meter's on full throttle because the way that they're hitting the ball are line drives and they're making contact. And that's what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, there's that. And then some of the key, lesser known plays of these games with the guys who have been around. Fitzgerald apparently made an insane Air Jordan snag at second base today.
He got up, yeah.
And Encarnacion chased the ball down that came off the wall, and he gunned down Iglesias at second base.
And he gave the pistol.
Did he?
Awesome.
Did he?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. I mean, Adames. He's been scuffling big, hits the sac fly today, puts a run on the board, gets the Giants going. I mean, it's like the little things count. So I would say chalk it up to baseball. The new guys are sort of coincidental with these last 2 wins, but I also think it's like a breath of fresh air. You got some new guys coming in, and the new first base guy. It's like listen, if Wade was hitting over 200. Nobody would have chirped a single thing about him because his defense was so good, right? But dude, you're hitting 140, 150, you climb up to 160, and you're already, 2+ months in. Like, it's just not cutting it. You got to have more offensive production out of the first base. There's no question. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what these guys can do. I hope that the hot start, they both contributed the first 2 games they're here. I hope they keep it up. I hope they can continue, and like you said, the speed is always key. I mean, that the double that Jung-Hoo Lee hit today was a home run in every other ballpark but Oracle.
He crushed it too.
Yeah.
And it should have at least been a triple, but they got to dampen that warning track. Balls just bounce over every time.
Yeah, I think they should just put up a net or something, right? Or some kind of like Super Ball rubber panels that make the ball like shoot off in a weird direction like a pinball. That'd be great. But yeah, I mean, it is a shame that like, anybody who comes to SF with power, they end up losing on the home run numbers like that. It's just the way it goes. So
that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, good 2 wins. And, the Braves are hurting right now. They're coming in, they're like licking their wounds. You heard what happened today, right? Arizona put up 7 runs in the 9th and beat them. They've lost 4 straight. They've lost like 8 out of the last 10, something like that.
They have to fly from Atlanta to San Francisco after losing a 10-4 lead going into the 9th inning. That's a rough pill to take. That's not a happy flight.
Yeah, not only that, but
Robert Rothberg the Giants are checking in.
Nice. The Giants are on a little high right now to take these last 2 games from the Padres. I mean, the Padres are some of your toughest competition in the entire major leagues, right? I mean, the National League West is the power of baseball right now. It really is. I mean, the Dodgers are just nasty. The Padres are nasty. The Diamondbacks aren't giving up. It looked like they were starting to fade, and they're coming on strong. They definitely put a hurting on the Braves. So, yeah, I mean, I think the Giants can ride these 2 games into the Atlanta series, and who knows, we might be breaking out the brooms come Sunday.
That'd be phenomenal. I'm all in on that because I got a brand new broom I haven't been able to bring to the damn show since I bought the thing. So let's get that sweep. But listen, I've been, I went on a vacation, so I got 12 days away from KMBR, and I'm going to try to continue that streak because those guys just the morning show especially just drives me bonkers. But I've been dipping in and out of some other radio shows and some YouTube shows and this and that, and reading some Twitter and just kind of sprinkles, right? But the cupcakes and rainbows and all this crazy talk about, here's my philosophy about this whole thing. I was thinking about it today, and it's just exactly like the people that want to defund the police but want to police everything. It's like this hypocrisy thing where these people are talking about Farhan sucked because he made too many moves. And now you want the Giants to make all these moves Camilla blew it, DFA. That's a Farhan. You guys were just complaining about that. This is a long 162 season, and I think it's so to our benefit that we can ride the hot and cold. We got like 3 closers right now. We got Rodriguez is starting to look like he could get a close. We got Walker, who's been closing, and we got Camilo returning to close. So it's like, who's got the hot hand? And last night, to Bob Melvin's credit, he had a guy warming up in case the guy he was throwing didn't have a hot hand, and he took Walker out and brought in Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets his first save, and that's a huge – that was different than anything we've ever seen. We've never seen that happen with Bob Melvin, and I tip my hat to that because that's what I want to see more of.
Well, he knows now. He's touched that stove one too many times and got burned, right? So, knowing that Walker's been iffy this year after starting out really good, and then Camilo coming off a rough year last year and coming in and just being lights out, like people were losing their shit. I don't know if this is true, but people were saying Camilo was getting death threats after the game. Okay. And he coughed up the 2 runs. And the bottom line is this: those are the only 2 runs he's given up since April.
Yeah.
What do you have to be pissed off about? He had it rough. He was facing the best bats the Padres have. Shit's going to happen. You're going to get touched up. It's not, you can't be perfect. Nobody's Mariano Rivera anymore. And he got lit every once in a while. So, it's like everybody needs to just slow their roll on that shit a little bit, And I feel like all this vitriol of the last, 15, 16 games where the Giants were just floundering and it seemed like, somebody turned out the lights and it's over or whatever. It's like, it is a long season. There's a long way to go. There's a lot of moves that can be made, And I think Buster is playing his hand very well up to this point. People screaming Buster doesn't know what he's doing. Come on, man. Look, I heard him talking about how, all these people are screaming for Rodriguez to be the closer. Like, he should be the closer now. It's like, no, Buster doesn't want to do that because he likes Rodriguez can come in at any point in the game and be a high leverage stopper, right? And you got to have a guy like that. And he is the guy. Tyler Rogers is the guy that comes in. He gives you the funky look and he strikes guys out and he gets ground balls. And Rodriguez is just like a flamethrower, right? And he's great with runners on base. So, to have him suddenly shift to a closer role and kick Camilo in the balls again, nobody needs that, right?
Well, we're 0.556 percentage winning, and the third place, the third wild card team is 0.557. So we're 0.001 out of the wild card by some weird win-loss thing. And it's June 5th, and we haven't played the Dodgers. We haven't played a lot of the National League West teams for whatever reason with the schedule. We got Colorado coming, which is going to definitely improve our batting. And I said it, and I'll keep saying it. Willy Adames is going to show up. And when he does, this team is going to surge because this guy has the ability to just change all the dynamics. Jung-Hoo Lee looks like he's starting to hit again, which is great. Flores has been pretty much, he's been pretty consistent. He has a little problems here and there, but he's been a good, and Elliot Ramos has been pretty solid. So Chappie looks like he's hitting the ball a little bit better. He's still Still teasing me with those I can't do it in the clutch situations. A lot of times he's getting that strikeout where it's like, dude, less than 2 outs, man, at third. You got to just make contact.
Yeah.
But he's
And this
doing
is
good.
the real issue. The Giants bats all kind of going cold at once is a problem. But if you look at the overall team on base percentage, the Giants actually have a really good on base percentage. The problem is those guys all get left out there, right? So it doesn't matter how many guys you put on the bases. If you don't bring them in, it doesn't matter, you know? And so that's still has been an issue coming into this season. Earlier this season, it wasn't as much of an issue, but the last 15, 16 games has become an issue where they're going 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They're going 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. And it's like, man, come on, like just get those hits when you need them, you know? And I mean, they're drawing a lot of walks. They're being fairly patient at the plate, but they start floundering a little bit and then they start swinging crazy and then things just get all out of whack. So that's still a concern that they really need to be focusing on. And beyond that, you know, the pitching has been insane. Robbie Ray today was just brilliant, you know.
The whole rotation is just on
everybody's
fire.
clicking. Yeah. So what, we got Birdsong going tomorrow? Is that the deal? And then after that,
Birdsong, Webb, Roop.
I like that. I like that matchup against Atlanta. So you go into all 3 games?
I haven't decided yet. I'm going tomorrow for sure, but these games they're drawing some fans, and it's ticket prices are slowly rising. So as the Giants win, as the better teams come in, these tickets are more expensive, and so that changes things a little. But yeah, I think I'll go to probably at least 2 of the 3. I got to talk it over, and we just got back into town, so I got to figure out what we have to do to get caught up around the house and all that kind of stuff. But
right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see Acuna, Michael Harris, Olson, Murphy. I love seeing the talent come in and right in front of our eyes and see how we match up against these guys and whatnot. It should be. I mean, you're claiming sweep. That's a big one, but hopefully we can at least win the series 2 out of 3. But I'd love a sweep.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, it's a reach, okay, but just the baseball the Braves have been playing lately, the Giants have a good chance to wipe the floor with them if they play their cards right and they just slow down and just play good fundamental baseball. The defense has been great lately. I mean, there was that weird little mishap out in left field last night, but it's been pretty solid. And so, yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see these guys like Acuna come in, and I'd love to see Acuna play great defense and get completely shut down at the plate. That would be my hope, right?
I mean, we'll see. Camilo throwing 101 today, and Randy throwing 100, 101 yesterday. These guys are they're not worried about the location as much. They're just throwing a heater, and guys aren't catching up to it a lot of times. This rotation, we got a great rotation, and Verlander is going to be back soon. So I think that's just going to mean Harrison goes back to the bullpen, which makes the bullpen even stronger. We're not really fans of Sean Jelly too much, but I have to tip my hat to him. He's looked really good. He pitched really good the other day, and Beck hasn't got as much playing time, but we'll see what they're going to do. I don't know who's going to go back down when Verlander comes back, but I'm guessing it'll be Jelly or Beck.
Yeah, and I think it'll be Jelly. I think Beck has shown in the couple of games that he's been in so far that he's new and improved. You know, he was super solid in that first outing that he had. So I think, I think I think they probably put Harrison in the pen. Verlander gets back in the rotation, but I think Verlander's going to be on kind of a shorter leash than he was to start the year. You know, if his health isn't great, if his endurance isn't great, I mean, he's put in some really good starts this year, but I don't think Buster's going to let the chain out too far on Verlander. If Verlander starts to look like he's breaking down physically or he's fatiguing, that might be it. You know, we'll see.
I mean, they want if they're going to make the playoffs, they just want to keep Verlander in good enough shape that he can be a force in the postseason, because that's when he shines. I mean, I'm guessing that's kind of why they got him, was to hopefully, you know, show some of these guys the ropes, and he doesn't have butterflies. He's done it so many times and all those kind of things.
Yep. So listen, so the Giants. Let's just go hypothetical here for a second. Let's say we get down the stretch. The Giants are in the wild card. You're going into a 3-game series. I know what my rotation is for that 3-game series.
It depends who we're playing.
It would depend, but I think the same 3 guys just are interchangeable in terms of which game they start. But I'm going with Ray straight up as the starter, the first starter. Webb the number 2, and if you have to go to a game 3, you put Roop in there. I don't think that anybody else in that rotation is really, for a 3-game series like that, best 2 out of 3. Those are the guys I take. You know, it just yeah. Oh no,
I think
know
they're all doing really well. I mean, the thing that I think about Roop and Webb is they're the closest to being similar. So I would kind of split them up where it's like maybe Webb, Ray, Roop. So it's like you get the lefty in between. But I really like Birdsong, and Harrison has been doing good too. He had some unfortunate things happen yesterday, and I don't know how he's doing after getting the ball just whacked him and then they took him out. So I don't know if that was a bruise or if it was just time to leave the game. But I don't know. It's interesting because Roop seems like he's the warrior of the new crop of guys. Like he's gonna just stay in there and give you like 6 or 7 every time.
Yeah,
kind of almost like a Logan Webb.
Yeah, it's similar in that respect, but they kind of feature different pitches. Roop doesn't have as many as Webb, but that curveball is nobody's got that. You know, so just as of right now, you know, obviously we've got a long way to go, but those would be the 3 guys that I would choose, and you could shuffle it up any which way. I mean, obviously, whoever you play in a situation like that, they're gonna stack for matchups, right? So if you got Ray in the first game, they're gonna stack as many right-handed bats against him as they can, and then completely the opposite for Webb and Roop, you know. But it's just I just keep thinking back to the first 2 games of this series, and just feeling like, man, like the Giants really wasted 2 fantastic starts by Webb and Roop. Just it's a bummer, man.
And it's in the same week that they ruined Robbie Ray too.
Right.
Robbie Ray gave up like 2 hits or something. It was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. So
yeah, you can't do that.
It's stuff like that. I can understand why people who have less emotional control than we do just go ballistic and go, oh fuck, it's over. I hate this team. I'm not going to listen and watch anymore. It's like, okay, nobody's going to miss you. You know, like, we're gonna be in there watching and listening to every single game, regardless. You know, last night I had to go out and run a bunch of errands before I hit the road today, and so I was listening to the game, and then it was all of a sudden it was 5-0, and I'm like, no, I gotta hang in there. See what half of me was like, I gotta see how bad it gets, and the other half was like, what if they come back? You know?
Yeah.
So I was like total Jekyll and Hyde personality disorder, but hey man, in the end it all worked out.
Yeah, no, I was at the game and I was like, this is sucking. And like literally I think I sent a text like, this sucks. I'm out of here, whatever. And I never leave the game early. And like literally right when that went off, I think Chapman hit a home run. I was like, okay, I'm staying. Like, if they're gonna score runs, cool, because they hadn't yet. And so
I saw your text, and then like when I got home, I was like, "Did you leave?" And you're like, "No way." So
well,
yeah, man, you get rewarded for your your fandom and your hanging in there. With the Giants, especially like this year, they've had a lot of come from behind wins, and they played a lot of tight games, keep you on the edge of your seat. So, I mean, yeah, it's great. I just I want to see them pick up the pace a little bit in the run scoring department, though. That's my one issue.
right. No, I agree. I did get a news alert today that we might see this next 3 days. Are you ready? They have called Craig Kimbrell up to the Atlanta Braves today. He will be back on the team, and we'll see this ridiculous form that he's got.
Yeah. So anybody out there who is sitting behind home plate this series, or anybody who knows anybody who's sitting in those seats on TV, you know what to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yes, he is. Eddie, how you doing, brother? Good to see you on the show. What do you guys think? Love to hear some of your comments on like what you guys are thinking of the new. What are we gonna call these guys? Are they like the trio, the June trio or something? It's like we got Dominic Smith, Daniel Johnson, and Andrew Knizner. He's got a tough last name, but is that like just a nice shuffle that it's like, okay, enough is enough with what's been going on. It hasn't been working. Even if these are like the same type of players that we're swapping out, maybe just new faces and new attitudes is something that will be good for the squad. And so far, in our small sample size, it looks good.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I might be too early to kind of hang a moniker on these guys and give them maybe 10 days, 2 weeks and see what they do. But yeah, I mean, could have to come up with nicknames for them. For sure.
As long as it's not like Giraffe, Captain,
Panda.
we don't. I really want to stay away from the zoology idea of like having to give everyone an animal nickname. I think that was yesteryear. We don't need that anymore. But yeah, like next week. So after Atlanta, we got Monday off, and then next week we go to Colorado for 3, Tuesday through Thursday, and then our first showdown next weekend, Friday the 13th, in Chavez Latrine with you know who, the Doyas. It's going to be an interesting week ahead. I mean, that's what, 3, 6, that's 9 games. The next 9 games is Atlanta Braves, Colorado Rockies, and the Dodgers. After that, we have the Guardians and the Red Sox. So this is, this could be a time for June swoon. And so if we don't have June swoon with this kind of schedule, I think like this could be. And I'm so tired of people saying, if they didn't start 8-1, they'd be 500. Yeah, dude, if they didn't lose 3 in a row, they'd be above 500. It's like, what do you talk about? This is a season and there's wins and losses and it all counts. You can't just subtract some part of it to make your statement.
Well, and why?
Like, what the hell is that?
Why does anybody make a statement like, well, if they didn't start 8-1, you know what, fucko? They did start 8-1. So why are you even what-ifing that? What? Yeah. What if my leg fell off? Well, I'd hop,
I know.
But I'm not going to entertain that what if because I got 2 good legs and I plan on keeping them.
Austin T must be down by Chavez Latrine because he's going to the game next Friday. Good luck, man. Are you going to wear some orange and black, or are you going to go stealth and try not to get beat up? We will see, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my advice is don't give the Dodgers franchise any money and save your money and go to Petco and see them play the Padres. However, if you must,
Uh-oh. 580 just took out the great Christian Cooper as he was dissing the Doyers. Look at this. Val Ramos says, great move by Buster to DFA Wade. Yeah, and that shows you Buster's strength, right? Like, it's not easy for him to DFA somebody his first year and also somebody he has a relationship with that he's played with. The end of 580 Wi-Fi. You heard it here first. It could be the end of the battery. We never know with Christian Cooper, but yeah, I ain't scared. I'm repoing my giant repping. You mean repping, not repoing. Repping, yes. Rep the Giants in LA. Go down and get a selfie with Mary Hart, see who's all down there. But yeah, guys, I'm excited, and the new faces brings a little spark. I saw Daniel Johnson walking around with his brother. He's from Vallejo. His walk-up music, Mac Dre, come on. It's like, I do it for the Bay. Let's go, man. All this stuff is really cool. And we'll see what the backup catcher concerns are going to be. I don't know that it changes much, but I do know he was hitting well in Sacramento. So who knows? We shall see. The other thing I know is Robert Rothberg is a huge giant optimist and a big fan of Los Gigantes. How many teams would love to have the giant pitchers? Every team. Giants have the best pitching in baseball. I'm going to say it. I am going to say it. Eddie, it's no longer Buster Pussy, the Pobo. It's now Don, DFA, Posey. Yeah, the Don. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to have to DFA. I'm going to DFA Lamont Wade today. Do you guys think that Mike Yastrzemski has a little something to be worried about? We got Christian Cooper's battery concern and his Wi-Fi concern.
not battery concern. My phone was overheating, dude. Crazy. It's sitting up here on the dash, and I guess it was. I got a little ice pack behind it now.
Okay.
This is how dedicated I am to our live streams.
Are you near Vallejo?
No, I'm out near. Where the fuck am I? Out near just west of Altamont Pass, where the wind farm.
The Livermore. The Livermore.
The Unpleasanton, the Livermore.
The Livermore.
Yeah. Dude, have you driven out and seen that crazy Tracy Hills development that's out there?
Dude, every time we go by there, I'm like, this is where we're moving. Tracy Hills. Man, Cheryl's like, what are you talking about?
Like, yeah, just build a massive townhome duplex crap shitbox right next to the highway. That's where I want to live.
Yeah.
Dude, it's seriously bad, man.
Oh, boy, there's just nothing out there. There's literally nothing.
Nothing but valley fever and allergens galore and grass fires.
That's right. Well, shit. Eddie's been hyping up that Buster is not a pussy. He's the Don. He's the Don of DFA.
Could be.
Buster's doing his best get something out of Yaz with trade, but if can't and he's still struggling, he'll be the next. I do think that Yaz is probably a little nervous, and some of this stuff could fire these guys up to get the best out of them, and then also if not, it's like, here we go, and so I think it's all been good so far. I'm pretty hyped on how Buster's been doing it. He didn't overreact and he didn't wait too long. It's like, he probably was saying first week of June from the beginning. He was probably like, let's give it till the first week of June. And by
not only that, but after DFAing Wade, he came out and spoke about it, and he spoke about Wade in very endearing, loving terms, like, hey man, this is like one of the hardest things I could ever think of doing. He was my teammate. Like I played with him, and he's a great ball player, and we hope that, he finds his swing and he ends up, continuing his career somewhere. Right. So like, I mean, if Farhan never would have come out and said something like that, he would just be like, oh, I'm just going to hide, let the bullets fly. So I think, we know Buster's a class act anyway. Right. And he's going to handle things the best way possible. And I could see him definitely, this is his first getting his feet wet with making sort of in-season moves, right? And that tells me that he wants to win. It tells me that he wants to put the best team on the field that he can. And he's not afraid to move guys out if they just can't cut the mustard.
Absolutely. If it's between two teams, where would you want Lamont to end up? Colorado or Pittsburgh?
For his sake or for ours?
for you as a fan of Lamont.
I would love to see him wind up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because I in my heart, I have a soft spot for the Pirates organization. And I think that goes all the way back to Roberto Clemente, but also to McCutcheon and Kent Tekulve. They've had a lot of really legendary guys come through Pittsburgh and play there many years. And so I could see Wade in a Pirates uniform, and I'd be happy for him.
Him and Joey Bart reconnected. I think he should call Colorado and say, I want to go there, and he could do well as a Rocky, I think.
Yeah, he could. And it's a shame about Colorado because they have Ezekiel Tovar, right? Who's a fantastic player. They have a couple of guys that are really good, but they don't have a full team, and now they don't have a manager, legit manager, and I don't know. They play in a
Tyro's
ballpark.
Back finally.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been playing.
After his third broken hand in 4 years.
That guy, I always want to say that guy can't get a break, but that's actually what he's getting. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I loved Tyro when he was swinging it for the Giants, but man, he just imploded.
Yeah.
It was a bummer, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I think we checked in with everybody. I think everything's good to go. I'll let you get back on the road. I know you're driving up to your mom's, and we'll check back in once you get stable up there. And at the very least, we'll be doing a Atlanta recap Sunday after that game. So
yeah, and everybody who's out there, there's a little teaser for a future either live stream or podcast episode about the 30 mascots of Major League Baseball, or maybe not entirely 30. So that ought to be a fun one. We're cooking up a little something for that.
And, that's right, guys. And just in case you haven't been paying attention, this guy has not been pitching.
My future is bright and your future is so dim. I'm on the game like Jack when he broke through the rim. So I look through my glasses and what do I see? Your boy B Snell is tearing up this beat.
No sight of your boy B Snell anywhere on the mound. And Corbin Burns may be joining him.
Yep. And you know who did pitch for the Dodgers the other night? Kike Hernandez pitched.
No way.
Night. He did.
Are you serious?
He did. I forgot to send you the screenshot. It was Kike on the mound.
Did it before or after the inning, did they do anything like this? Imagine, you know how the Giants in the ninth inning, they turn off all the lights and the guy comes out with the spotlight on him. What if Kike came out like that, just bumping dongs to everybody?
It would be great if, so Dave Roberts comes out to lift the pitcher and to put Kike in, so the whole infield is on the mound, and he comes in and gives everybody a crotch shot before he throws his warm-up tosses. That'd be a good one. Oh, before we go, Dude, I'm listening to the game today, driving up here, and they do the post-game wrap. So it's, it's Kruko and it's Kuiper and it's John Miller and Dave Fleming, and they're picking their players of the game. And then after they did that, they went to a commercial break. And when they came back, there was this sound like a peregrine falcon or a eagle or something screeching. And I was like, what the hell is that? And John Miller said, apparently at Oracle, they're now playing through the loudspeakers the sound of these falcons to scare the seagulls away. Have you been there when they've done it?
Yeah, I heard something about it, but I haven't really recognized that. But I was like, dude, they're never here anymore.
Yeah, apparently it works. John Miller said it, at least for the moment, the seagulls have all departed. So that's awesome, man. It's better than like shooting them with salt shotgun shells or whatever,
Yeah.
But that cracked me up. I was like, that's great. So next game I go to at Oracle, I'm gonna have to stay until they start blasting that over the PA just to hear it. It'd be good.
Well, Eddie K, I don't know if you just came in, but Christian's kind of predicting a sweep, the Giants sweep, and I'm predicting 2 out of 3. I think Giants will win 2 out of 3, but if they sweep, you will see my new broom Sunday night. So I'm looking forward to that happening if it can. And absolutely, they would not have gone as far as they did in 2021 without Lamont Wade. Christian and I were big Lamont Wade fans. And good dude, walked around the neighborhood all the time and always was, a solid guy. I really respected him on and off the field. But I do like these new guys. I'm pretty excited about Daniel Johnson from Vallejo coming out to Mac Dre. I mean, that's like, you can't write. Some of this stuff is just so perfect. Yep. And Dominic Smith said all the right things. And I always wonder, like, are these things sincere or are they just pros being pros? But he just kept talking about how everyone he knew that had been with the organization said the Giants were a great organization and he's so excited to be here. And all that stuff goes a long ways when you hear a lot of other things out there in the orbiting around, like, oh, this team's that stadium or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I just like seeing people come up and be like, I'm just ready to help the team win, Yeah.
I can't remember which one of those two new guys said it, but one of them said, like, this was the last team I thought I'd end up with. And it is the one I'm happiest about landing with. So, like, dude, come on, like, these guys are toiling away in the minor leagues, hoping for another shot at it. And, like, one of these guys came from the Mets organization, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, yeah, that's pretty good. You're coming from one pretty tough organization and you're coming to another one that's got a lot of class and a little bit of a winning pedigree. And I think Buster wants to restore that. I think he was probably sitting there being fed up going, man, what happened? Like, we got to fix this. So things are looking good, man. I'm happy. The new guys seem cool and just keep it going from these 2 wins.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's continue to score runs. And I think if the runs start coming more regularly, the wins will happen more often. This pitching is going to keep us in games all year long, and the offense needs to provide runs so these guys don't feel the pressure of giving up 1 run and thinking they're going to lose.
Yep.
So that's what the key for me is, getting some early leads for the Giants so the pitchers can relax. And a guy like Robbie Ray with a 2 or 3-0 lead, he's just going to cruise 7 innings. Like, he's given up 1 or 2 long balls every once in a while, but it's usually a solo homer. It's like, that sucks. But it's like, it's not like a big deal. He gives up 1 a game, and I think it's usually a solo shot. But man, the guy's just pitching fun. I mean, pitcher of the month for May.
Yeah. He's doing better than I expected, and I'll take it all day long. And listen, he gave up the 2-run shot to Machado. Machado's one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. He went 5 for 5 like in the other game. I mean, it's to be expected, man. Pitchers are not going to be flawless from pitch 1 to pitch 90. You're going to make some mistakes, and you just hope that you don't get punished. So, and the thing is about Robbie Ray this year is like you said, he's given up a home run here and there, but he hasn't let it like unravel him. He just goes right back to work.
No, he's a veteran. He's solid. I'm backing him hard. Yep. Well, cool, man. Safe driving. I know it's like
thanks.
It's commute time, so I don't know if you're gonna get jammed up anywhere, but hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm going against the grain, and by the time I get up to Marin County, it should be pretty thinned out, so I'm not worried. It's just that little stretch between like Emeryville and where you get onto the Richmond Bridge is always a little bit of a toil, but it'll be good. So we'll catch up soon, and thanks everybody for showing up.
Keep supporting the Giants and keep the energy positive. This team is gonna do some stuff this year. They already have, and they're gonna continue it. It's Giants baseball, and we're all about it. So tell a friend and keep coming back. We'd love to have you in the chat more, interacting and bringing up topics or comments or anything. Happy to have discussions. And if any of you guys ever want to just even come on the show, we can throw you a link too and do that once in a while as well. So till next time, hum baby.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Skaters on Baseball. If you liked what you heard, please spread the word, give us a good review, or hell, blow us up on your social media if you're down. Follow us at Skates on Base on Instagram for baseball news and other fun stuff. We love comments and listener participation, so bring it with an audio clip or an email. You can email us at skatersonbase@gmail.com. We're everywhere you get your podcasts, and we'll be here all season long.
Let's go, San Francisco. Let's go, Giants.
Dude, that was one of the most mind-blowing shows I've seen to this day.
Much love.
Adios!
See you soon. Thank you.
And I am forever a Giant.